everybody. This is going to be my 35-week update video. I know I told you last video that I would have posted that Friday, but a lot has gone on since last video. She's coloring. Anyways, so see, I think I posted my 34 week on Tuesday. Well, that night it was like, of course I couldn't sleep because third trimester you get insomnia really bad, but it was like 3:30 Wednesday morning, and I was feeling a tightening in the upper part of my stomach that would last maybe 45 seconds to a minute and then quit, and then it would start back again in like after like 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes to 3 minutes. So I'm like, maybe these are contractions. So I downloaded an app and I started timing them when they would come, whenever I would feel that tightening. And I think it was 4 or 5 within like 30 minutes. And then the contraction app told me to head to the hospital. So I'm like, maybe these are just Braxton Hicks. So I continued to time them. And I didn't wake up Christian until I had like 8. And I went to the bathroom because maybe I know that whenever I went into the hospital with kidney stones, they told me I was having contractions because my bladder was full. So I went to the bathroom to see if it was because my bladder was full. And so when I got done with that, I stood up and they kept coming. So finally I woke up Christian and I said, I'm having contractions and I think we need to go to the hospital because the app has already told me 3 times that it's time to go to the hospital. So he calls his mom and she comes over here to watch Anna Shay. And then we go up. This was around, I think, 6.
No.
Maybe
No,
5:45. Because I remember looking at the timer, the clock, whenever we got to the hospital to make sure the doors would open for me. So it was 5:45 when we got to the hospital. I told them, I said, I think I'm having contractions. I've never had contractions before that I've felt, and they're coming every 2 to 5 minutes, lasting about 45 seconds to almost a minute and a half long. And some of them were painful. So they checked me, and of course that Tuesday, I think it was that Tuesday, no, when did let's see here, yeah, it was Tuesday, yeah, that Tuesday, the following day, or the day before that, I got checked because I mentioned to my doctor that we were going out of town to a water park, and I wanted to make sure that I hadn't dilated or softened when we went, because if I had dilated or had any softening, I wasn't going to go. So they had checked me that Tuesday and I was 0, no softening, and my cervix was still really high up. So they asked me a bunch of questions because I was having contractions, and they're like, do you have your birth plan, this and that, if you want an epidural, do you want an epidural? And they started asking me questions that they would ask me if I were in labor. And then they checked me again. They checked me once and I was still closed, wasn't soft or anything. And so they gave me fluids. Maybe it was because I was dehydrated. And then they said they would come back and check me at 8:15. So I was still continuing to have contractions, but they weren't strong. But, I mean, they were still, I could feel them. So I know what to look for now whenever it gets closer to time. Anyways, so I was still having contractions for the 2 hours that they waited to check me again. And then when they checked me again, she said, turn it back on. Turn it back on. And leave it alone or you're going back in there with Daddy. She checked me again at 8:15. I was still 0. So I was still completely closed, still really high up, and I wasn't soft at all. So she said, I'm not going to rule out that this is early labor because it might be early labor. It's just not enough to dilate you or do anything to your cervix. So they sent me home. They said it might have been Braxton Hicks, but it also could have been early labor. So they sent me home, and they said that if I start bleeding, it's probably if I start bleeding a lot to come in. But if it's just a little bit, it's probably just because they checked me twice in one day. So I said if I bleed a lot, to fill a regular maxi pad to come in. And if I start having more contractions that are worse, to come in. But other than that, I've had a few of the contractions, and but nothing that was worse. So, but on Saturday we did go to the water park, and that morning I was feeling, on the way there, we went to McDonald's for breakfast, all of us did, and then we went all the way up to the water park. Okay. On the way there, I was having what I assume was Braxton Hicks and everything. They weren't too painful, and it was hot. I think the heat index was like 112, and that pavement was hot. But Anna Shay had fun. Christian didn't get to go because he had to work. And it was me, Anna Shay, my mom, my 2 sisters, my brother-in-law, 2 nephews, and my 2 nieces. And my sister's boyfriend that went. It was for my mom and my sister's boyfriend's work. They had a little work picnic there. And it was free. They got free tickets, and so we all got in for free, and they had free lunch. And but I think Anna Shay's favorite thing was the wave pool. Me and my mom sat at the beginning part of it because, of course, Anna Shay's 2 years old, so she's short. And we sat down, and Anna Shay stood, and when the waves would hit us, she would just laugh and laugh. I didn't get any videos of it. I didn't get any videos at all. I meant to, because I wanted to make it the own vlog of it, but I was too worried about making sure that she had fun and just paying attention to her and making sure she knew I was watching her have fun, just like at the fair. Just, if she's having fun, I'm having fun. And my sister did take a lot of pictures, but I locked my phone up and I just paid attention to Anna Shay. I made sure she had fun. I had fun with her. She also liked the lazy river. My sister and me, the oldest sister and me, got on an inner tube together, a double inner tube, and then we put Anna Shay in between us, and then my mom and my other sister got on another inner tube, and we just relaxed and just drifted in the lazy river for just like one round, I guess you would say. And I thought my sister and my mom was behind us, so I grabbed hold of another inner tube, and then I heard my one sister say, "That's not them, that's not them, that's somebody else." And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. And it was just funny. But Anna Shay loved it. And that's where we got the most sunburn, was the lazy river, because it's completely open. And I didn't think about putting sunscreen on my legs. My mom didn't put sunscreen on her legs. She got the most of it because most sunburn on her legs because she sat excuse me, she sat in the lazy river, or she rode in the lazy river with us, and her legs were exposed. And then she sat in the wave pool for a while, so her legs were exposed. And then when we took Anna Shay to the little kiddie area, her legs were exposed. And we all got a little burnt. Anna Shay, not so much, because she had on a little life jacket. Just like under her eyes right here and her nose got burnt. And then her shoulders, like her arms, and then a little bit right here, and then a little bit on the back of her neck. She got burnt. I got burnt on my face. You can kind of tell it's kind of starting to tan over already. And then right here was the most. I mean, it's still hurting because today's just Monday. And I think it was because my mom, cannot talk. My mom rented a cabana, and I sat on one side, and the sun was just shining through the mesh, and the sun was just hitting right here. And then on my leg, I got burnt bad. In my chest, I got burnt. And then on this side, it's not as bad as this side, but it still hurts. And my grandmother and dad went to Walmart Saturday. Yeah, Saturday. And they picked us up some aloe. And we already had some from when we went to the Bahamas back in 2010, but I guess the actual medicine that's supposed to help take the sting out was expired in it, and it didn't really work. But anyways, she had fun, and I had fun with her. Everybody had fun. We got there around 10. We stayed until around 3 because it was just so hot. My brother-in-law was, he actually fell asleep in the cabana. And but Anna Shay got a little, she was trying to fall asleep in the wave pool. So I took her back to the cabana, and I changed her out of her bathing suit to her regular clothes, and waited for everybody else. And my brother Lamont, my brother-in-law, he was ready to go. We all were ready to go. But it was really fun. I hadn't been to that water park, I think, since I was a kid. But it was fun. Hopefully next time we go, Christian can go with us, because Christian's never been either, and I think he'd really enjoy it. But I'm not going to have its own vlog because, like I said, I didn't record anything. I put my phone up, and I just paid attention to Anna Shay. Now, when I get a little bit bigger on YouTube and I start making more vlogs, and I get a better camera, like a waterproof camera, like a GoPro. That's what I really want, is a GoPro, because it's waterproof. I'll have more videos containing stuff like that if we go to another water park. Like, everybody's heard of Holiday World. We went to Beach Bend a long time ago when I was still in school. My mom took us 2 times, I think twice in a row. One summer, and then the next summer she took us 2. But after that contraction scare, the next night, no, actually Friday night, before we went to the water park, we packed our hospital bags. I'm not going to have its own separate video because we've already packed it. I'll just tell you what I have in mind, what he has in his, and then I might have a separate video for the diaper bag. I'm not really sure. But I just have, we went to Walmart and we bought me a pajama set that buttons up on the shirt. That way it's going to be easy for nursing. I bought me a tank top that I'm going to wear when I push her. Hopefully I get to push her out. That can just be thrown away. It was just $1. And then 2 more tank tops because it might get hot. And then I've got me some leggings and then another pair of pajama bottoms and then a couple shirts. And I've got my toiletries like shampoo, conditioner, toothpaste, deodorant, mouthwash, chapstick, and then I've got a small makeup bag with just mascara and eyeliner, concealer, and then some eyeshadow, and then makeup removal pads, and hair ties, and then barrettes, and then probably Wednesday go and get a hairbrush to take with us. And we still have to get diapers, pacifiers, bottles, swaddles. My sister and brother-in-law is going to buy the mattress because we have the mattress on Anna Shay's toddler bed. And in his bag he packed a set of clothes, some underwear, the laptop, my birth plan that I just did today, the laptop like I said, a pair of pajamas, some socks, deodorant, and then I think he's going to buy a new shirt because most of his shirts are ruined because he works on cars and stuff when he's free. And I've also got a baby blanket and some socks. We also have to get some mittens. And then when we don't know how big she's going to be because I mentioned in 2 videos ago at 33 and a half weeks she was measuring already at 5.5 pounds. And Anna Shay, when she was born, she was 8 pounds 12 ounces. So she might be a big baby. So we've got a couple newborn outfits in there, and then we got a couple 0 to 3 months outfits in there. Her coming home outfit is going to be the same that Anna Shay came home in, because Christian bought two picture frames. They're the same for the hospital bracelet, and then her pictures. They're the picture of, I think, when they come home or whichever. And then when I find a spot for them, I'm going to put them together and then put the coming home outfit in the middle of the 2 pictures. I think that'll be so cool. And that outfit is a 3 months, and Anna Shay barely fit in it. So hopefully this baby won't be as big, but I have a feeling she's going to. We have an appointment Thursday for an ultrasound, and then I don't know if he's going to check me or not. But the ultrasound is going to see if she's flipped, because last ultrasound she was breached again. So hopefully she is flipped, because I do not want to go into labor and she still be breached. So, and then after that appointment, me and him are going to try natural inductions, like, of course, the sex, pineapples, walking a lot. I'm too big for a birthing ball or an exercise ball. But other than that, nothing's really happened besides the contraction scare, which was probably just Braxton Hicks. Anything else? I don't think there's anything else to do. I'll have I'll have another video up either Thursday night or Friday after for my 36-week update. And yeah, and then I think that's it. I might record a video tomorrow of the diaper bag and maybe the clothes that we bought at Burlington. I remember I mentioned that last video that we bought a bunch of clothes from Burlington for the baby. And we're just gonna put her in our room right now because that middle bedroom isn't cleaned out, and it's not gonna be cleaned out by the time she gets here. So we're just gonna put her in our room, and then for a little bit, and then whenever she gets a little older, we'll put the girls together. But other than the contraction scare, the water park, and then the diaper bag or the hospital bags, there's not much else to say. Just pray for our appointment on Thursday. Pray that she's flipped the right way. Pray that I've progressed a little bit, just a little bit. Because with Anna Shay, I didn't, at 40 weeks, I was 0% effaced, 0 dilation. So just pray that this pregnancy will be different. I can go into labor naturally and have the birth that I want. And if not, pray that everything goes smoothly with a repeat C-section. But anyways, I'm gonna get off here, and don't forget to like and share this video. If you want to continue to get updates, please hit that subscribe button and hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I upload a video, which hopefully will be every week now, maybe a couple days late. And make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I don't get on Twitter a lot, but I do get on Instagram a lot. And make sure you follow me on Facebook. You can ask me questions on Instagram or Facebook. You can ask Christian questions. Yeah, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And I will see you guys in my next video. I love you all. Bye.
Bye-bye. We need to go. Happy day.